Welcome to all of you. Our today topic is sources, effects, and control measures for noise pollution. This topic consists of three parts. First, we are going to discuss what are the various sources of noise pollution, how the noise pollution is going to have impact on the human beings, and what are the control measures for noise pollution. So let us begin. The first is the sources of noise pollution. So first source we have transport or traffic sources. Under this category, major noise sources under these categories are road traffic, cars, buses, trucks, motorbikes, and honking. Old vehicles with no maintenance can cause the traffic noise pollution. Railway traffic, train engines, whistles, track noise comes under these categories. Air traffic, aircraft takeoff and landing, jet engines. This also causes the noise pollution. These are the also sources of noise pollution. So marine traffic, ship engines and ports operations causes the noise pollutions. Due to that, marine mammals, the migration of marine mammals takes place. The next source of noise pollution is the commercial industrial noise. Commercial noise means when the transportation of goods by heavy trucks takes place from one place to the other, it creates the noise in the particular area or in respective area. Overloading also causes the excessive noise in the area. So the next is the industrial sources. Factories, mills, and workshops produce loud sounds from heavy machineries, equipment. That means presses, compressors, generators, cutting, grinding, and drilling operations, metal fabrications, foundries, and textile looms. This all causes the noise pollution. These are the sources of noise pollutions coming under the commercial industrial noise. So what is the textile looms? It is a machine used for weaving fabric by interlacing two sets of yarns. The warp, the warp means lengthwise threads, and the weft means crosswise threads. So these are the sources of noise pollutions coming from the factories, mills, and workshops. Next sources of noise pollutions are community noise. When the matches takes place in the ground, creates the noise. Traffic vehicle noise during the waste collections. Children playing in the streets, dogs barking, noise during parties. This comes under the community noises. Construction and demolition activities. It is common in urban and developing areas. So we can see the noise under the construction and demolition activities are the bulldozers, loaders, concrete mixers, fire drivers, and pneumatic drills causes the noise pollution. Building demolition and road repair works also cause the noise pollution. So the next topic is what are the various types of noise? We can see the first is the continuous noise. This type of noise normally remains constant and stable over a period of time. It has same noise frequency, intensity, and quantity. It is produced by machines or equipment operating without interruptions. That means continuous during continuous operations, such as noise from running engines, generators, compressors, or factory machines. It creates the continuous. So what are the intermittent noise? Noise which can occur at regular or irregular interval is intermittent. Or we can say noise starts and stops repeatedly comes under the intermittent noise. And there are the periods of silence between the starts and stops, right? This type of noise includes all the traffic vehicles noise and community noise. Examples we can take aircraft takeoff and landing at intervals, operation of household appliances like washing machines or mixers causes the intermittent noise. Next type is the impulsive or impact noise. This type of noise is produced instantly and reduced in the same way as it occurred. Its type include, or as example we can take, ticking of clock, a striking of hammer on something, water drops falling from the heights, explosions, gunfire, fire driving. This comes under the impact noise or impulsive. It has a very high intensity, but it generates for a very short durations in millisecond. The next one is the low frequency noise. It is common with background noise in urban environment, which comes from road vehicles, aircrafts, industrial machineries, artillery, and mining explosions, wind turbines, compressions, and ventilation, or air conditioning system. So this is common with the background noise in urban area or urban environment. Now we can see what are the various effects of noise pollution. So the first one is the auditory effects. Based on the intensity and duration of sound level, some or all of the hair cells in the organ of corti may be damaged temporarily or permanently by noise. What is corti? The organ corti, it is a sensory organ in the inner ear that helps in hearing. So when temporary damage, we can say temporary damage means what? That our hearing threshold level has shifted temporarily due to the noise exposures, which may be recovered after some times. And it is called as noise-induced temporary threshold shift, NITTS. The next effect of noise takes place is the speech communication, speech interference. In noise area, communication is severely affected. Noise mask, that means noise cover the speech, causing misunderstanding, accidents, and efficient communication in both professional and social settings. So this comes under the speech interference. The third one, which is also very important for the exam point of view, physiological and psychological changes. So how it occurs? Noise pollution affects the human body in two major ways, physiologically and psychologically. These effects depend upon the intensity, duration, and type of noise exposures. So physiological changes, under these changes, what we can see, continuous exposure to noise affects the functioning of various systems of the body. For example, hearing impairment. So physiological changes, under these changes, we can also consider the auditory effects. That means hearing impairment. Prolonged exposure to sound level above 80 by decibel damage the hearing cell in the inner ear. This can cause temporary or permanent hearing loss known as noise-induced hearing loss. So under physiological changes, we can see the next one is the increased heart rate and blood pressure. This causes vasoconstrictions, which is called a narrowing of blood vessels, leading to high blood pressure, faster heartbeat, and increased risk of hypertension or cardiovascular disease. Next physiological changes, which occurs due to the noise pollution, is the sleep disturbance. Nighttime noise interferes with normal sleep cycles, leading to insomnia, sleeplessness, fatigue, and reduced alertness during the daytime. So this alertness is going to be uh, impact during the daytime because of the sleep disturbance. So other changes also comes under the physiological changes. It can affect blood sugar regulations and immune response. Stress due to noise can cause loss of appetite, indigestion, and other digestive disorders. High noise levels in workplace, like factories or construction sites, cause lack of concentration, increase errors, and lower productivity. Next, we can see the psychological change. Psychological effects are related to the mental and emotional well-being. Even moderate levels of unwanted noise can disturb peace of mind and mental balance. So what are the psychological changes caused by the noise pollution? The first one is the annoyance and irritations. Continuous or unpredictable noise causes annoyance, frustration, irritability, reducing the overall quality of life. The next psychological changes, mental fatigue and lack of concentration. Constant background noise interferes with attention span, memory, and thinking ability. It leads to poor performance in studies or in work. So stress and anxiety also comes under the psychological changes. Noise increases psychological stress, resulting in tension, nervousness, and restlessness. Long-term exposure may contribute to depression or anxiety disorders. The next one is the reduced productivity. In workplace, noise causes distraction and lower efficiency, increasing number of errors and accidents. Communication problems also arises, and it comes under the psychological changes. Difficulty in hearing and understanding a speech causes social withdrawal and miscommunication, affecting personal and professional relationships. So now the last topic we can see under this heading is the control measures for noise pollutions. So first control measures is called a source path receiver. There are three ways to eliminate unwanted sounds. Either we can control at the source or between the source and the receiver, that is called a path, and at the receiver itself. So let us discuss in details about the source path receiver control. The first one is the eliminate the sound at the source. This is the most effective method, preventing noise at its origin. Origin means the source. Proper maintenance of machines, regular lubrication, servicing of machinery can reduce vibration and noise. Use of noise control equipment. That means if you are going to install the silencers, mufflers, or acoustic enclosures on the engines, compressor, or exhaust, noise can be controlled at the source itself. Design modification can also help the control of noise at the source, using tweeter fans, improved gears, and vibration damping materials in the machines can help to eliminate the sound at the source. Operation control, avoiding unnecessary use of horns, loudspeakers, or high volume devices can help to control the noise at the source. The next we can see control during transmission of noise or the path control. If noise cannot be limited at the source, in that case, it should be controlled during its travel from source to receiver. For this, what we can do for this, sound barriers and enclosures, constructing walls, green belt between the source and receiver, complete enclosures of sound source. Acoustic materials also we can utilize using sound absorbing materials along the path. That means in between the source and receiver. So what should be the sound absorbing materials? That will be foam, maybe foam, fiber, rubber, acoustic files in building interiors. Distance and layout, increasing distance between the source and receiver, or redesigning industrial layouts to isolate noisy area. Use of vegetations, planting trees and shrubs or green belts along road and industrial zones to absorb and deflect noise. So this can control the noise pollution between the source and receiver. Next, we can see here control at the receiver center. If noise cannot be reduced at the source or during transmission, it should be minimized at the receiver side. So for that, what we can do, personal protective equipment can be utilized by the receiver. That means use of earplugs, earmuffs by workers in noisy environment can help to control the noise. Soundproofing of buildings, double glazed windows, thick curtains, and carpets help to reduce indoor noise. Heavy vehicles and old vehicles may not be allowed to ply in the populated areas. This is also one of the control measures. The third control measure is the public awareness and educations are also required. Public awareness campaign. That means educating citizens about the harmful effects of the noise and encouraging responsible behavior towards the sound pollution. The school and college programs should be organized, including noise pollution topics in environmental education should be covered. Encouragement of noise-free practices, promoting use of silent generator, proper vehicle maintenance, and reduced honking. So next control measures we can see. The legislative and administrative measures can also help in the noise pollution control. Government play a vital role in controlling noise pollution through laws and regulations. So for this, noise standards, setting permissible noise levels for industries, vehicles, and residential areas can control the noise pollution. Ban on loud horns and firecrackers. Restriction during night time or festive regions. Zoning regulations are also required. Separation of industrial area, commercial area, silence zone, and residential area. Time restrictions is also required. Limiting use of loudspeaker public address system during night time or during night hours that varies from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Noise standards we can see in this table. It has been mentioned should be strictly followed by the noise generator. Minimum use of loudspeaker and amplifiers, especially near silence zones. Banning pressure horns in automobiles. The Noise Pollution Regulation and Control Rules 2000 has been framed under the Environmental Protection Act 1986. So, ambient air quality standards in respect of noise is notified under the Noise Pollution Regulation and Control Rules 2000. So, this is the noise standard which. So, we can see here under the legislative and administrative measures, the area code, category of area or zone, limit in decibel A, LEQ, that is the equivalent noise level. So for industrial area, in daytime it is 75 decibel and in night time 70 decibel. In case of commercial area, it is 65 and 55 in night. For residential area, the limit is 55 decibel for daytime and 45 decibel in night time. In case of silence zone, it is 55 decibel for daytime and 40 decibel in night time. So what does mean by the daytime? We can see here. Daytime shall mean timing from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Nighttime shall mean from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Silence zone is defined as area up to 100 meters around such premises as hospitals, educational institutes, and courts. The silence zones are to be declared by computer. Mixed categories of area may be declared as one of the four above mentioned categories by the computer. So dBA LEQ denotes the time-weighted average of the level of sound in decibel on a scale A, which is relatable to human hearing. So A is the frequency. So this is about the today topic. We studied about what are the various sources of noise pollution, how the noise pollution will have impact on the human beings, and how the noise pollution can be controlled in a proper way. Thank you.